Welcome back. It's Kovacs Report. It's time to talk about one of my favorite comics because it's back. Powers is returning to celebrate its 25th anniversary with a new 12-issue maxi series, and I could not be more excited. Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming back on the book that I fell in love with 25 years ago. But now, before that happens, do hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It helps me grow the channel, and give the video a little like. So we are going to look at this article. We're going to take a look at all the new goodness, but we are going to talk about Powers. I'm going to sell you Powers if you've not already read it. So in that vast landscape of superhero comics where capes and cosmic battles often dominate, Powers by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming carved out a unique niche when it debuted way back in 2000. This creator-owned series, blending superhero spectacle with gritty crime noir and police procedural elements, offered a fresh perspective on the genre. With its sharp dialogue, complex characters, and a world where superheroes are as flawed as the humans policing them, Powers became a critical and commercial success, earning multiple Eisner Awards and a dedicated fan base, including me. Now, as the series celebrates its 25th anniversary, Bendis and Oeming are returning with Powers 25, a 12-issue maxi series set to launch in September 2025 under Dark Horse Comics. And like I say, we are going to dive in and learn all about it. So Powers began in 2000 at Image Comics, and is written by Brian Michael Bendis, who then was a rising star in comics with a knack for crime fiction, and illustrated by Michael Avon Oeming, whose art style drew inspiration from Bruce Timm's animated aesthetic. This series was a bold departure from traditional superhero narratives, and the story follows homicide detectives Christian Walker and Dina Pilgrim, who investigate crimes involving powers, people with superhuman abilities, in a world where superheroes are celebrities, villains, and sometimes the victims too. The series' premise was inspired by Bendis' love for crime fiction and police procedurals, drawing from works like Homicide, A Year on the Killing Streets, and Taxi Driver. Unlike traditional superhero comics that focus on the hero's triumphs, Powers examines the genre through the lens of the police, media, and everyday citizens, presenting a kind of behind-the-scenes style deconstruction of superhero life. This approach allowed Bendis and Oeming to explore the cliches of the superhero genre with a gritty, grounded perspective, tackling themes of fame, morality, and the human cost of superhuman power. And that's what really set it apart. At its core, Powers is a character-driven story. Christian Walker, a former superhero known as Diamond who lost his powers, brings a jaded insider's perspective to his role as a detective. His partner, my favourite, Dina Pilgrim, is a fiery, no-nonsense rookie whose tough exterior hides her own secrets, including the eventual revelation that she too has powers. Their dynamic, marked by sharp banter, mutual respect, and occasional tension, anchors the series, making it as much about their relationship as the cases they solve. The world in Powers is a vibrant, chaotic blend of superhero spectacle and urban decay. Heroes like Retro Girl, a beloved figure whose murder sets the series' first arc in motion, and villains like Johnny Royale coexist with ordinary citizens in a Chicago-like city. Supporting characters such as the crude detective Cutter, who meets a tragic end in the Legends arc, and Trip Hammer, a non-powered hero in a high-tech suit, add depth to the narrative. The series also weaves in meta commentary, with cameos from other creators like Savage Dragon and Madman, and a memorable issue featuring a sort of ride-along with Warren Ellis, which was very, very good. So each story arc, from Who Killed Retro Girl to the 25 coolest dead superheroes of all time, combines standalone cases with overarching mysteries, such as Walker's past and the origins of his powers. The series' blend of noir, superhero fiction, and social commentary, exploring issues like celebrity culture and systemic corruption, set it apart from its peers. Powers has had a dynamic publishing journey, reflecting Bendis' rising star in the comics industry. Starting at Image Comics, the series ran for 37 issues before moving to Marvel's Icon imprint, and then again it joined DC's Comics Jinxworld imprint. But in 2021, Dark Horse Comics became its home, reprinting the entire run until the series concluded in 2020 with Powers the Best Ever, a graphic novel celebrating its 20th anniversary, which tied up major storylines while leaving room for future tales. Now, the series' sales trajectory reflects its cult status. Debuting with modest sales, Powers faced an uncertain future, but gained momentum through word of mouth and critical acclaim. Its success was bolstered by Eisner Awards, including Best New Series in 2001 and Best Writer for Bendis in 2002 and 2003. So Powers is often cited as one of Bendis' finest works, alongside his runs on Daredevil and Ultimate Spider-Man. Fans and critics praise its sharp dialogue, deliberate pacing, and Oeming's evolving art, which grew from a stylized administrative approach to a dynamic expressive style. Now, some people say the first two volumes were the highlights, and some say that the Bureau arcs later on dropped off slightly, but for me, the whole thing was absolutely brilliant, and I loved it. The series also influenced other comics, notably one of my favourite books of all time that I recommend to everybody, Gotham Central, by Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker, which Bendis and Oeming acknowledged as a kindred spirit. Its blend of genres paved the way for later superhero deconstructions, and its focus on character-driven storytelling set a standard for creator-owned works. A TV adaptation aired on the PlayStation Network in 2015 and 2016, but despite a promising premise, the show received mixed reviews for its low budget and failure to capture the magic of the comics, which led to its eventual cancellation after 2 seasons. So Powers 25, a new chapter. Here we go. Now, Powers 25 promises to retain the series' signature blend of noir and superheroics while introducing fresh faces and new dangers. So let's have a little look at the article. We've got a little solicit here, and this is from AIPT. So it says, Powers is one of the longest running independent comics in history. And to celebrate the 20th anniversary landmark, the original creators, Bendis and Oeming, have returned for a brand new monthly series of all new crime and capes like you have never seen them before. So a fun, dangerous adult look at a world of heroes through the eyes of Special Homicide Officer Detective Cutter and her brand new partner, and the first power to ever make Powers Division, Mobius Moon. Okay, that's very interesting. Under the watchful eyes of legendary captains Dina Pilgrim and Enki Sunrise, the new detectives are running through a minefield of all new dangers. A new unsolvable Powers murder has Cutter and Moon questioning everything about the world and their place in it. Now, if that isn't enough, look at the lineup here. It says each issue of Powers 25 will feature an all-new variant cover by a Dark Horse all-star legend, one of my favourite creators of all time, Mike Mignola of Hellboy, Stan Sakai from Usagi Yojimbo, David Mack from Kabuki, Scott Hepburn from Minor Threats, Alex Malee from Masterpiece and Daredevil, Eric Powell from The Goon, and Jill Thompson, Beast of Burden. Now, if that isn't enough to bring you in to the world of Powers, I don't know what is. Honestly, my card is going to take an absolute beating when this book comes out. So let's take a look at these covers then. So this is the main cover. It looks really cool. There's the main characters all there. These silhouettes of superheroes, very foreboding, very foreboding. And we've got David Max, I guess. You can't like mistake David Mack. And same with Mignola. It's just beautiful. I just love his work. Honestly, I'm so glad I discovered him all those years ago. Everything he touches is just absolute artistic gold. And we have these other just incredible covers here. All the main characters on. And then we have the art. Now, like I said earlier, I mean, it's quite obvious that Oeming's art is inspired by Mignola too, but it has come such a long way. And I know Powers was 25 years ago, but still, his art is so much more refined now. The cities are fuller, the lines are sharper, the shadows are more intense. Everything about the art just screams off the page. I'm really excited by this. I wasn't sure how it was going to look or if it was going to take a different approach, but this looks incredible too. So this hero has obviously crashed through those 2 buildings and landed on top of this one. It looks great. If this is the start, then you know this is going to be an absolute stellar run. We've got a few more pages. There you can see the Mignola influences there and the shadows and the penmanship. So it just looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there we have it. So this series marks a shift in focus, with Walker and Pilgrim taking supervisory roles, allowing Cutter and Moon to drive the narrative. This evolution reflects Bendis' knack for reinventing his creations while staying true to their roots. The first issue, set for release on September the 10th, 2025, is positioned as a jumping on point for new readers. So get on it now, with a story that promises to blow the roof off crime and superhero comics. So based on this creative team's track record, Powers 25 is likely to deliver the sharp dialogue, intricate plotting and emotional depth that defined the original series. The inclusion of superhero detective Mobius Moon adds a new dynamic, potentially exploring the tension between Powers and law enforcement from an insider's perspective, and the series' focus on an unsolvable murder suggests a return to the high-stakes mysteries of early arcs like Who Killed Retro Girl. Powers redefined what superhero comics could be, blending noir, police drama and social commentary into a compelling narrative that resonated with readers for 2 decades. Its legacy lies in its unforgettable characters, innovative storytelling and willingness to challenge genre conventions. As Powers 2025 approaches, Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming are poised to recapture the magic that made this series a classic, an absolute classic, and this upcoming revival, absolute essential reading. So I'm going to leave you with this beautiful cover. And let me know what you think. Did you read the original run? What was your favourite arc? Do you miss Retro Girl as much as I do? Are you going to jump on board? So let me know what you think in the comments. Those are my thoughts. And until next time, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.